Let me throw this one at you, Max Aarons, because if it's we're questioning mentality here. Well, he's new, and the manager seems dead set to persist with playing him at all costs, whether it's right back or left back. I have seen nothing in the 5 games that he's played to suggest that he's worthy of a place in the starting 11. And worse than that, every time he gets the ball, I said previously, to the naked eye, it looks to me as if 70% of his passes go back the way. Now, that's a question of Russell Martin's judgment then, surely.
He's been hugely disappointing, Jacko, and listen, it is only 5 games, but what else can you go on? Rangers fans expected this boy to come in. I think they expected him to be a marauding fullback.
A younger James Tavernier.
A younger Tavernier. And
he's a downgrade on Tavernier.
It seems that way, and you're right about him sitting back, because it seems to be that Russell Martin, he ordinarily wants to build with a kind of 3 at the back. So when Jeffrey's playing, Jeffrey's the one that's kind of given license to go, and that leaves Aaron's basically tucked in as a right centre back. I just didn't think that was his game.
No.
But aside from performances, Jacko, I think you've touched on it there. My worry with Aaron's at the moment is, especially on Saturday, he looked as if it was getting a bit too much for him in terms of the crowd. The crowd were on top of him. The second half, the crowd wanted him to really deliver, make an impact, for right back, whether that be crosses or overlaps or whatever. And time again, he took the safe option, whether it was a 6-yard pass to the wide player or even worse, going back the way or inside. And I think it's a concern. I mean, look, I feel for him slightly in the sense that he's had to start his Rangers career playing out of position. I don't think it was easy for him, particularly that night in Athens against Panathinaikos when Pellistri was going at him. But the early signs are not good. And no, the fans were actually desperate for Tavernier to go on the pitch for Aaron.
Having spent the last 5 years desperate for the goal.
Exactly.
I think that's the crucial things what you're saying there, Scott, about he's obviously come in and started at left back. I think first impressions count, especially in Glasgow, especially at Ibrox. I think people have seen him at left back and have said we're no impressed with him, and then whatever wiggle room, whatever grace period he has, that shortens considerably. Even when he goes on the right side, and I imagine he already feels like he's under pressure to perform, to show something. And if you know that type of character that can handle that, then you can walk a wee bit, you can go into your shell a wee bit, and I think that's what we're seeing with him. I think we're talking the way through, Scott, about how not many. I can't think of many Rangers players that have got off to a bad start and been able to win over fans eventually. I think this is a place where you really have to hit the ground running, and if you don't, then your fate can kind of be sealed. And as we say, it's very early days yet, but the history would suggest that unless Max Aarons can turn this around pronto, winning over the sceptics is going to be very, very difficult for him.